Hey everybody, good evening and welcome to Against the Public for Friday, March 29th. I'm Dana Lane. We're the only show to analyze early betting patterns by the public, and we've done that again with 3 free Major League Baseball selections to start the season off. Very happy to be saying that. We've already had 2 rainouts, but so far we're still on track to have a bunch of games tomorrow and a great opening day to Major League Baseball, one of my favorite days of the year. Before we get to your free plays today, I want to thank everybody who jumped on board my NBA 3-pack. If the Atlanta Hawks can finish things off, we'll have a winner, and all access customers will have another profitable day. So always thankful for your support. I will have another college basketball, NBA, Major League Baseball 3-pack, NHL 3-pack. I'll load them all up on Pickdawgz shortly after this video. Each one $49.99, and of course they all come with our Pickdawgz win guarantee that states you must profit or receive an immediate site credit for the purchase price. In addition, did something a little bit different because I want to celebrate the opening day of Major League Baseball, and I want everybody to join me all season long. So normally an all-access Major League Baseball package for the entire season is $6.99. So what I've done for the next 24 hours, I've slashed that price to $100. You get every selection that I send out from the start tomorrow to the last pitch of the World Series. $5.99 gives you every single one of your selections, so you can grab your credit card, throw it on the card, and of course sit back and relax, and we're going to have a great Major League Baseball season. I put a lot of work into this season, which is why I'm ready to go on day one. And of course, if you want every play, including Major League Baseball, NBA, college basketball, NHL, well, you can jump on an all-access pass. My 30-day pass is less than $11 a day. My 90-day pass is less than $10 a day. And of course, that all-access pass is $3.56 a day. So whatever you do, please make sure you join me. I've made it as simple as possible and easy as possible so you guys can have the best 2024 that you've ever had, whether it's overall or in the Major League Baseball season. So all access customers so far, if you've been with me in 2024, in the start of the NBA season, NHL season, and the NBA, 58% winners over the last 7 days, 56.4% winners in the NBA over the last 90 days. It's good for 1,976 units of profit, 1,349 units won in 2023-24. In the NHL, still scorching hot. 65% winners, number one amongst cappers with at least 10 plays. So jump on board with my NHL pass. 1,883 units won in 2024. So we're absolutely rolling along. Really good in college basketball too. Every pick and every record is up there for the world to see, which is why I love Pick Dawgz. Okay, let's get to our free pack for our free pack. Yeah, maybe I just came up with a new package. A 3-pack in Major League Baseball. 3:05 Eastern Time is the start of the first game of the season. 9:15, 9:16 is your rotation numbers. Los Angeles Angels versus the Baltimore Orioles. Orioles minus $1.78, and of course, wherever you are, I mean that's going to change. It's not like a point spread. That money line could be 10-cent different wherever you bet. But consensus number: Baltimore minus $7.78, 7.5 over minus $1.20. Of course, Patrick Sandoval will get the start for the Angels against Corbin Burns for the Baltimore Orioles. This number isn't 7.5 because of Sandoval. He was, we know he's 17-37 in his career. He's got an ERA close to 4. He's had a horrible spring this year. He's only thrown 11 innings, just over 11 and a third, or just over 11 innings, 11 and a third innings. He's given up 16 hits in the spring, and he has an ERA of 7.15. Not exactly what you want to see out of your opening day starter. We do get to see the first start from Corbin Burns, who came over from the Milwaukee Brewers in February. And of course, the 3-time All-Star also had his trouble in the spring with a 6.75 ERA. He's allowed 19 hits and 16 spring innings. This is an Angel lineup, and I kind of throw those things out the window. I mean, I know, I said today on a drive-through, we talked about Joe Musgrove and how bad of a spring he had. And it really wasn't about the numbers. It was just me watching him and knowing this guy is not ready. So we jumped all over the over when he pitched against the Dodgers to technically open the season. This, of course, is an Angel lineup that has no longer has Shohei Ohtani in it. They will rely on Mike Trout and Taylor Ward in the middle of that lineup. They're also going to have Anthony Rendon at the top of the lineup. So a lot of experimenting in the Angels lineup, which may lead to them not scoring a bunch of runs to start. We'll see if Rendon can get on. I mean, you got Mike Trout in the middle of the lineup. You're going to score runs eventually. I just don't think it's going to be day one. Both teams were over teams last year, but this 7.5 looks like a trap and feels like a trap number to me. I'm going to go under 7.5, and we're going to get even money on that as well. Game number 2. The 4:10 Eastern Time, 9:05, 9:06, Washington Nationals versus the Cincinnati Reds. Reds minus $1.50. 9 is your total. Josiah Gray against Frankie Montas is your starting pitching. Josiah Gray is another pitcher that was hit hard in the spring, but I think he's going to hit the reset button like most of these guys. You'll see a lot of top-name pitchers. If you look at their spring numbers, they're ERA's 4.5. Not exactly where they're going to be during a regular season, but I suspect a lot of these guys are going to flip the switch when the regular season comes. We're going to see a different version of him tomorrow. Gray's going to continue to improve his off of a season where he had wins. He had good. Hawks are up by 18. That's good. I got all kinds of stuff going on. But he had a career high in wins last year, 8. He had a career high in ERA, 3.91. He allowed less than a hit an inning, drastically cut down on his home runs allowed, which was a massive problem for him going into last season. And, of course, Montas was signed as a free agent and now is going to be the Reds' opening day starter after starting just 8 games for the Yankees last year. So, as far as Montas is concerned, he was a 13-game winner with the Oakland A's in 2021. I think he's going to be leaned on. I think all these pitchers are now going to be leaned on now that Brandon Williamson is going to be out of the lineup for at least a couple weeks. He's going to be on that 15-day IL to start the year. And the Reds are already without TJ Friedl in center field. His 27 home runs are out of the lineup with that wrist fracture. So we're going to start the season and then see how they pitch, see if they pitch well. And also that lineup to me is still a concern. I need to see it. The high expectations in Cincinnati for sure, but I just need to see it on a consistent basis. And I haven't done that yet, so we're going to go under the 9 in your second game. And then game number 3, 4:10 Eastern Time, Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Miami Marlins. Marlins minus $1.28. 7 over minus $1.20. Get your tickets. It is the lowest opening day ticket. $33 will get you in as an average ticket into this game. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know about baseball in Florida. Mitch Keller will get the start for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And, of course, Jesus Luzardo is going to get the start for the Miami Marlins. And Keller, we know, got that brand new contract. It is now time to see that the 6-year Pittsburgh Pirates actually earns that contract. He's getting top money. And I think he's a number 2 or number 3 starter on most teams. Of course, he's going to be a number 1 starter on the Pirates. Keller did make his first All-Star team last year, won 13 games for the Pirates. He had 210 Ks and over 190 innings, but just down the stretch, it just wasn't that guy that I thought I could rely on to put my money behind. And once again, from a Pirates offensive standpoint, Robert Nutting their owner, went out and did absolutely nothing to take this lineup and his team to another level. Another year being a Pittsburgh Pirate fan, a couple of injuries here and there, and this team is absolutely toast again. They're going to rely on an offense that was 24th last year in batting average, 22nd in runs scored. And believe it or not, Miami was even worse, 26th in runs scored. But that was only because they had pretty good team batting average, but that was really only because this team could never get a big hit to score multiple runs, put some crooked numbers up on the board. So that was their problem. It wasn't that they weren't getting guys on base, just couldn't get the big hit. Luzardo was a career high had a career high 10 wins for the Marlins last year. So again, I'm going to rely on pitching. I think Keller is a really good pitcher. I think he's going to have a fantastic career. But to me, he's going to be a guy that's going to top out between 13 to 15 wins. And I know Pirates fans are going to kill me for that because they love this. They love Keller. This lineup could be good, but it's got to stay healthy. I'm still going to go under 7.5 minus $1.15 in this one. So that does it for your free plays for Friday. Go to pickdawgz.com, get involved with one of my many available packages, and I will have a ton of packages up there, even more so now that Major League Baseball starts. I want to give you as many options as possible. I think that's the best way to go. I want to get as many people involved, especially coming with Major League Baseball coming up. Remember, my NBA 3-pack is going to be up there in a few minutes, just waiting on a few more numbers. We're crushing the NBA this season, so make sure you get involved. And before I go, I know. Okay, Hawks won. Everybody's happy. Before I go, I wanted to give you a few little tidbits. It's the beginning of a season, and I love to kind of give you some numbers because I feel like it's important. You know, I mean, you can buy picks from me, and that's great. And I go through these and have all the numbers that I could ever want at my fingertips. But sometimes you want to do things on your own. So I wanted to go through a couple numbers that have been very profitable for players over the last couple seasons, and maybe something that you can kind of blindly bet throughout the year. And I'm going to start it off with the Baltimore Orioles. And of course, we know they were the most profitable team in Major League Baseball last year, but that just added to a second straight year where the Orioles have been terrific for our bankroll. Over the last 2 years, the Orioles have won 57% of their games, and they produced a unit profit of over 520 units based upon a $100 wager. And I'll simplify that even more because the numbers that I have on my screen, they're plus 52.81 units, and that's based upon a 1 unit wager. So that gives you a little bit better perspective on that. They are by far the most profitable team in Major League Baseball over the last 2 years. And to give you proper perspective on that, the Dodgers are second to the Orioles with just 10.64 units of profit, even though they've won 65% of the game. So 65% of their game. So you know, the Dodgers money line is not something you want to jump on every single night. But Baltimore has absolutely been fantastic. Number 2, betting against the White Sox, the Angels, and the Athletics have been very, very profitable over the last 2 seasons. Bettors have taken in over 48 units and over 50 units when betting against these teams on the road. So that's something you might want to throw into your handicapping as well. Of course, we don't want to lay massive numbers, and sometimes, with the White Sox and the Athletics, for sure, you're going to get some massive favorites, but you want to pick and choose. But just know, when those teams are involved, those are the 3 teams over the last couple seasons that have been the least profitable teams to bet on in Major League Baseball. And finally, I want to give you a breakdown of simply betting favorites versus dogs. Favorites, guys, will always come out on top. They will always win more than they will lose, and last year was no exception. Favorites won 58% of the time and 59% of the time over the last 3 seasons, but that has not been good enough to squeeze out a profit. 211 units lost in that span because, of course, we're dealing with money lines. But let's throw that out. Let's kind of put a filter on things and say, okay, well, we know that favorites are the team that is going to win the majority of the games or throughout a season. Let's put some filters on that and say, well, where is the absolute sweet spot? Where can I say, hey, look, a favorite is where I want to put my money. I don't want to put it on a 250 favorite, but there is a sweet spot in there, and that sweet spot is a favorite of minus $1.25 to $1.40. Blindly betting those spots would have made better 67.87 units of profit based upon a 1 unit wager. Over the last 3 seasons, you would be plus 100.78 units, plus 100.78 units since 2019. This trend has been profitable every single season from 2019 to 2023. So that's something that you might want to look at. And it gets even better when you bet those teams on the road. 62.2% winners plus 76.66 units of profit. Okay, I've talked enough. Major League Baseball is locked and loaded for tomorrow. Here's our recap. Los Angeles Angels, Baltimore Orioles under 7.5, even money. Washington, Cincinnati under 9, and Pittsburgh, Miami under 7.5. This continues to be a massive month. Let's stay disciplined. Let's have a great season. Don't get too over your head just because a new season has started. But very excited about Major League Baseball, and please get involved with a 3-pack and all-access pass. And don't forget that special offer. You get every one of my plays in Major League Baseball for $599. Every play from now through the end of the World Series for one low price. That will be available for the next 24 hours. That does it for today's show. Thank you to everyone who has taken the time to watch. For Against the Public, I'm Dana Lane. All the best to you and your wagers on Friday.